indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll let the record reflect that Mrs. Price, Mr. Benz are absent this evening. Mr. Pfeiffer, Mrs. Van Hook are present along with Mary Dixon. Everybody had a chance to review the minutes from our last board meeting.
Motion to accept the minutes is written.
I haven't read them yet, but I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll move on to our reports, starting with
Wrong month, should be October. All right, underwater, the water plant has treated 819,920 gallons of water since October 13th. Our average daily usage has been 58,556. The meters were back worse on the 19th and 27th. Water meter's been read for the month of October. We replaced 2 water meters. Under wastewater, have been performing daily checks to the lift station and sewer plant. Lift station's pumped 1,489,439 gallons since October 13th. And brings our average daily usage up to 106,388. Sewer plant's closed and we're not discharging. The weekly sewer samples are complete. I had 3 sewer connection inspections. It's not on here, but New Systems was out today to grab some samples from our pond and check the equipment. Everything's okay. On streets, both trucks have been ordered. They confirmed today the 2500 will be here the first week of January, and they do not have a delivery date for the dump truck yet. He said he'll let me know as soon as he finds out. We did clean up all the trash along the train tracks from the work they were doing on the train tracks. And then we received our new locating equipment camera. I'm going to be having training on those next week. The factory rep's coming out to go over everything with us. Under building, I've issued 2 building permits. I've had 5 building inspections, 5 electrical inspections, 9 mechanical inspections, 2 zoning inquiries, and 2 building permit inquiries. And the October census report is complete. It's been submitted. That's all I've got. Unless you have any questions about anything.
I don't know.
Have no questions? Oh, one thing, it's not on my report, I forgot, I spoke with him just before the meeting. The price on the gazebo ramp is either $12.50 for exposed ag, like the rest of it, and it's $1,000 for a burn finish. That's us tearing the ramp out. But him doing the rest, labor and materials. And of course, we'll have to put some kind of handrail back after it's done.
What's your opinion on the exposed ag with traction wise as far as rain or snow?
I asked Nick about it. He said there shouldn't be a problem with it. He says he does them all the time.
On the ramp?
Yeah, he said ramp, sidewalks, driveways, slope driveways. And I guess it's if you want it to look like the sidewalk or if you want it to match the gazebo, because the gazebo's exposed ag.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I think it would be nice looking if it was exposed ag, but I didn't know about the traction on it when it was wet.
I'm not super married to this idea, but my thought was an aggressive burn finish perpendicular to the flow of traffic was my thought when I was thinking about doing this. I think it's going to be, the exposed ag that's in there is painted, so on the one hand you could paint it stained.
It's stained, yeah.
It's a solid color stain. So on the one hand I guess you could stain it all the same, but it's not going to match what's there.
Right.
And if it gets the traditional treatment of the super gloss brown sealer to start with, there's things you can do to it to make it not slick, but it's like I said, I'm not into the idea, just food for
Is it either one easier for snow removal than the other? No?
Not really.
Okay.
Doesn't make any difference.
You go get the broom finish and save a couple $100. So I forgot about that exposed ag getting, get painted or stained in there.
Well, we didn't, we stained it because of vandalism. Remember?
That's what I was saying,
Yeah,
I
we
forgot
couldn't
about
get
it because
We couldn't get it all off, so we
kids
put
painted it and whatnot.
Yeah, like spill, it was a big paint spill or something.
Well, one was where they spray painted on it, but then the other one was there was some sort of a spill in there, and we, camouflaged it, but I don't care. I mean, it's sidewalk, it hasn't matched, so it's anyway, I mean, it's deck boards now. The sidewalk is,
Jody, do you have an opinion on that? If we do this concrete ramp over here, it's $1,250 if it's exposed aggregate, like the gazebo is. It's $1,000 if it's broom finish. Obviously, that's not a big difference in price, so is there a visual, do you have an opinion on the visual of it?
Not really.
Let's go broom, save the money and build the ramp, or build the handrails,
Yeah, lumber's up, so
yeah.
got opposite.
it's on broom fish.
Let's go ahead and vote on this deal.
Make a motion that we go with broom finish for the ramp over on the gazebo.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll let him know.
Jennifer, do you have anything beyond what you've heard in this
I
evening?
do not. The only thing is, I put, did you get that email that I forwarded to you from
I did,
Sarah?
and I didn't have a chance to address
Okay,
it.
that's the only other thing, I put that in
And
there.
Pam had sent me an email about it, asking me about it as well. We do need to have somebody there. There's gonna be an E911 meeting November 30th in Cicero. So if somebody wants to go to that, let me see if I even could, if I want to. I'm off, but if somebody else wants to go to that and represent the town, it'd be great, otherwise I can do it. And then I am having a moment. We passed that resolution, didn't we? Or were we waiting to hear something?
Yeah, we
Okay.
passed it. Mhm.
That's what I
That's right.
All right. So either way, I guess I'll respond to him and assure him that somebody from the council will be there. And then whoever wants to go, any of you are able, you can go, otherwise I'll do it. All right, on to ordinance enforcement.
505 Indiana is well on its way, I believe, to being permanently corrected. The renters are out. A lot of the stuff in the front has been moved, but there's still a lot of stuff yet to be moved. Andy and I went inside that mobile home today, and I think it's pretty much a collective opinion that it is absolutely unsafe. In my opinion, it's uninhabitable. There's electric issues, there's issues with dangerous floors, there is open exposed plumbing. And when I say open exposed, it's plumbing pipes that come up out of the wall that are not capped. Andy took a look underneath the skirting, underneath the trailer. He feels like there's some shifting going on there. So after we did our walkthrough, I called the property owner. She is a lady that lives in California that has been, at least via telephone, cooperative with our efforts. And I think the initial direction that she will go with that property is she will order a dumpster to be there, she will hire somebody to clean up the outside, and she will lock the doors to keep people from getting in there. I don't know that that's acceptable from my end, because there's a hole in the back wall, you know, that things can come in and out of. It can be a home for a lot of raccoons over the winter,
Don't
you
look too
know.
close to
and-
my house.
I'm sorry?
I said, don't look too close to my house.
It should be condemned.
Yeah, so that's kind
So,
of.
Do we need to get the health department to look at it?
I don't know if you wanted to, if they will do something, but I mean, the plan commission would condemn it.
I read the state statute on, you know, from the state level it applies, and I would recommend the health department kind of having our backs on this. It doesn't hurt. I think they will agree with us. I looked at the statute on what can be condemned, and I think that this residence certainly falls within the statute. I mean, we opened the door and the odor.
It's horrific.
Just
I can't believe
almost
people are
not
living in it. I'm not even kidding you. I mean, it is horrific. I can't believe there were children in there.
I make a suggestion, the health department look at it too, just, have our backs.
Jeff, do you wanna make contact with
I
them?
will make contact with the health department. You know, if we do move forward with, you know, condemning that property or whatever direction we go there, this is something it's a path I never traveled before, so I'm,
Yeah, unsafe building law. and-
yeah. I'm really gonna need a lot of direction with that. I'm willing to put the work into it, obviously, and get that taken care of. I think at some point, she had no clue what the interior of that looked like.
He's probably never.
She's never seen it. She bought it at a tax sale. And that was it. So I have sent her complete pictures.
Maybe we won't even have to do anything. I mean, maybe she-
Well, I think that's what she kind of wanted to play her card when she said, well, if you folks condemn it, what happens? And I think she was kind of waiting to see if I would say, well, we'll go in and tear it down and, you know, save you the trouble and blah.
She can get the bill.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
sure.
pay for it.
But, you know, I think she's a property owner, and I think that
Well,
her
being-
shut, you know, needs to go her
Yeah.
before we step in and do that, but,
Yeah, you can order her to remediate it and then give her certain timelines and, yeah.
right, okay. So that's where we're at with that, but it's even better than what it was, but it's not done yet, and, you know, my approach to a lot of this has just been patience, and, kind of jumping on the opportunity when you get one, and the opportunity came about this week when we started getting some complaints from neighbors, and last week, I'm sorry, complaints from neighbors on generators being run all night long, and they couldn't sleep, and,
I've seen where one neighbor is pretty happy,
yeah,
so.
yeah, I think he is. But it is, in my opinion, it's, Andy's gonna call the power company tomorrow and make sure that power has been shut off. Because there are open,
It's crazy.
yeah, there's open wires inside that breaker box.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and just, you know, wire splices in a closet that are just, so it is unsafe, the way it stands. And, you know, I was kind of explaining to her, you're probably looking at twice as much to repair it as it would cost you to put it in the can.
Yeah.
And, you know, then you own a nice lot at that point, because it is a nice lot, very beautiful lot. So that's where we're at with that, that's the only thing I got.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your efforts on that deal.
You wanna take pictures?
Yes, sir.
It might be a little early for this, I'm already.
Larry, wait till the end, when,
I'll volunteer to demolish it. Oh, yeah,
Talk to you about it.
Yeah.
when you get the okay. I won't do a drive-by.
All right, I guess we'll move on to our old business. Has everybody reviewed this material from Brian Peter Consulting?
I did, and I'd like to see if we could get a meeting together with Steve Brock and these grant writers and Triad and discuss everything like that. And that grant that's already out, I mean, or that, what am I saying here? The
SRF.
the SRF program and transferring this, what am I thinking here?
Are you thinking about
Blank.
the bond?
The bond,
Or bond anticipation?
Yeah. And see, meet with all them together and discuss that and how we can roll that over into this and make sure that we can and where we're at and everything and get some
Yeah,
input from them since they are all knowledgeable on that.
The band will be paid for out of the SRF money.
yeah.
You know.
And I agree with you. I mean, this is, as far as I can tell, another kid's free money.
Right.
Yeah.
Might as well take it.
You want, I mean, I can call these people tomorrow. I mean, you want this to be a special meeting or want to come to a board meeting?
Let's do a special meeting where we have time to sit and talk about it. I prefer a special meeting myself.
That makes sense to me.
You get,
Sometime in the
We
next.
can sit down
do it
and
next week?
pick their
You guys
brains.
got a date that'll work? I can, no, I'm sure that'll be enough time. Mike contacted me today and asked about coming to the board meeting, but I told him to wait.
I could do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday next week. Second, fifth, seventh.
Well, Tuesday's election day, so
What day is it? The 2 days that Toby won't be here?
Tuesday, Thursday, so what about Monday?
Tuesdays and Thursdays, next Monday.
Monday's fine.
The second?
What is that, the second? Yeah, let's put, I got a doctor's appointment. I think it may be the second, but I'm not 100% sure, so we can put the second down and then if,
It's a contingency day. Do we want to do like
Thursday.
that Thursday, the fifth?
yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
What time? I mean, noon, 11, 1?
Let's go for like 1 o'clock if everybody be available, because I think my appointment's like at 10 o'clock in the morning. I could maybe still do Monday if by chance, if my appointment is on that day.
Works for me. Is that all right with the other two of you?
Thanks for me.
So we'll shoot for the second at 1300. Contingency the fifth.
For 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and that way if for some reason some of the other guys can't make it and they have to go off some of their schedules, and I have to change it
Sure.
based on Steve Brock and Stu and Mike.
So just let me know so I can put that on.
Yeah, I'll find out. I'll find out in the morning, I'll let everybody know.
All right, fire truck. I don't have any new developments except that Kevin Slaughterbeck put me in touch with. I spoke with him briefly, like a conference sort of situation with Kevin. I believe it's somebody from White River Township over here that he said their primary engine's a 1984, and they are.
It's older than the one we got rid of,
Yeah, they're in the market.
Who's that?
White River.
White River?
Yeah, so supposedly this guy's gonna call me and they're gonna come up and check our truck out. So that'd be terrific. Haven't heard back from Ryan about his proposal to take on facilitating the sale of some of that other equipment. But at least hopefully this is, hopefully we're moving in the right direction here. Ball diamonds. John, you had interest from another group as well, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything back from Randy Gutierrez. They, the last meeting, they had canceled their ball league meeting and hadn't rescheduled, so I haven't heard anything back from them yet. I did get a phone call from another organization that's interested in it. I just basically explained to them exactly what we have talked to the other organizations about and what we expect from them, and we would need a list, time frame on it as far as repairs and things, and they requested a list of the things, so.
So I'll send that to you tomorrow.
Yeah, and I told him I'd send that to him. I did tell him we had another organization that was interested in it also, and that We had met with them down there, went over the list and the things that had to be repaired before they could even get on the fields. We wouldn't have done it because of liability issues. And they were okay with that too. So I told them that I'd send them the list, and if they were interested, they'd come to a board meeting and do a presentation in front of the council.
I also looked into appraisals for that, so Taft have suggested that if we do, there's a way to let another organization use that by basically placing that field into, creating a new entity that would house that field, basically. And we could do all that without doing we'd have to create this entity. I think Manny said somewhere around $3,500 to do that. It's creating a new nonprofit that the town board appoints all the members of that would oversee that. So that is an option to do that. We could avoid doing the appraisals and all that stuff, any other paperwork involved. The flip side is I called Kunzer and Ayers both, who were the appraisers on the property that the town bought a few years ago. Kunzer is not interested. Ayers said he doesn't do that kind of work anymore. So, but I got a referral to a company in Indianapolis and another local appraiser who does work for City of Noblesville. And the lady that's local, she lives between Noblesville and Cicero, Amy Morris, said max $800, about a week lead time. And then this company out of Indianapolis, they want me to email them and they'll send me back a proposal on that. But I personally think it would behoove us to have an appraisal done. I think we need to know what we're dealing with here. So I'm gonna send this company in Indianapolis the basics of the property and see what their price would be for that as well. So that's all I've got on that. Requirements. Are there any special requirements for the person that would do a municipal appraisal?
Yes, in the statute it lists this person, this person, this person. Off the top of my head, I can see it, but I don't have to pull it up, and I can send that and make sure that this, whoever this is, meets the requirements.
Okay. All right, thanks. Any other old business not on the agenda here? We'll move on to new business for the sewer. That's being the first one, and it looks like Place House.
Yes, it is. Luckily, Jennifer got a hold of me yesterday morning, said you have a leak. And I got it taken care of yesterday afternoon. And it all went down into my crawl space.
Make a motion to approve the adjustment in the sewer.
I'll second. Aye.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this. All right, any other new business, council? Any questions, comments, business? Anybody in attendance? All right, can I get a motion to sign the claims and adjourn the meeting?
I move we sign the claims and adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have a signature on that.
Somebody check me for claims before I leave the building tonight.
Did you do it again?
Just saying. Make sure.
I did it
How's your
once.
shoulder?
Sore. And of course, I was out in my garage yesterday and I fell and landed right on that son of a bitch. And it's just been hurting worse than it was. I'm starting to feel a little better.